Hello, year five, and welcome to Thursday afternoon. Let's have a look and see what your history lesson brings you today. So, first of all, we'll remind ourselves of our ancient Egyptian timeline. Remember, we're still looking at hieroglyphics. So, the two key dates here are looking at 3500 BC, which is when they were first used, and also looking at 2335 BC, which is when some pyramid texts were written. So, that's a really clear application of using hieroglyphics. So key vocab for today again, hieroglyphics, which is the pictorial writing system employed by some ancient civilizations. And then a scribe is someone who can write, but often used to refer to people in ancient times where reading and writing was an unusual skill. Okay, so let's have a look at some of our key vocab from, not key vocab, sorry, some learning from previous times. So what's the geographical name for the top of the mountain? There's two possible answers that I'll give you there. During which war did Florence Nightingale work as a nurse? And what is the name of the people in ancient Egypt who could read or write? Have a go at that using the scaffold on Teams, and then come back to me for the answers, sorry. Okay, so the geographical name for the top of a mountain, you can call it a summit or a peak. Florence Nightingale worked as a nurse during the Crimean War, and the name of the ancient Egyptians who could read and write was called a scribe. So let's remind ourselves a bit about hieroglyphics before you get onto your activity today, which is going to be applying your knowledge instead of just translating. Hieroglyphics are one of the earliest writing systems ever recorded. They used pictures to represent words and sounds, and there were only over 700 different signs that scribes had to remember. It comes from a Greek word meaning sacred carving, glyphs meaning carving, and hiero meaning sacred, because the ancient Egyptians believed that hieroglyphics were invented by the gods. One of the key things that we can use hieroglyphics for is to get more information about ancient Egypt, and historians, archaeologists, and Egyptologists had to try to find a way of translating hieroglyphics. Now, obviously, there are 26 characters in the British alphabet. There are 700 different hieroglyphics, so it's very, very hard. As well as that, hieroglyphics can be read in any direction. So whereas English is always read left to right, because hieroglyphics could be read in any way, you had to really work a lot harder to try to work out what was being said. Hieroglyphics don't have vowel sounds for A, E, I, O, or U, which is why when we look at examples of hieroglyphics and when we use them, we find the nearest equivalents to it, as well as being able to put them into English text. You then had to translate them from the language. So in the same way that, for example, German and French uses some letters that have got accents and things that we don't, and umlauts, they would then have had to translate it into English from ancient Egyptian too. So here are our examples of the hieroglyphics, and we talked last time about how the ancient Egyptians used symbols that they were familiar with. So they used pots, they used reeds, they used animals, they used body parts to help them with their letters. So your task today is to use the hieroglyphics to have a go at writing your own message. Now I've put the hieroglyphic scaffold in. I haven't put an empty Word document, however, because I don't think most word processors have hieroglyphics as an option. So this is one that you're going to have to find a piece of paper and have a go at writing for. See if you can write a message that uses each hieroglyph once, at least once, sorry. So you can try simple things like hello, my name is, and then your name. I've put the other sentence because that is a sentence that uses every letter of the English alphabet. So the quick brown dog jumped over the lazy fox. If you wanted to have a go with that, make sure that it's nice and accurate. Make sure that you are really taking your time. I have to admit, I don't know off the top of my head how important colours were within hieroglyphics. It might be that they were. It might be a bit of research that you can do yourselves. I have a go at using hieroglyphics to write your own message, snap a picture of it, and either upload it to Teams, or if you can't do that, then send me an email with it on. I look forward to seeing them. Hopefully you have fun having a go with a pictorial representation of language.